Wall sharpening, guys. I'm here with the infamous Ben Hatchett. How are you doing, brother?
What's happening? Shout out Wales, man.
How are you doing, mate? Right, we met on the weekend, didn't we? We had a bit of an event. How do you find Wales, mate?
I've got a lot of love for Wales. Wales showed me a lot of love. They're Welsh here, playing show. The most we met, we had a night out, man. In Nice. I can't remember what clubs we went to, I can't remember bars we went to. But I had a great weekend in Wales, man.
We had a ripper, didn't we? It was a good one. Wales is a pretty good spot, to be honest. For
I'm coming back.
You're coming back? Well,
coming back.
We'll get on it again, like.
Yeah, we get on it again, Wales. But I'm still recovering. This Friday, it's like 5 days later, I'm still recovering.
Mate, it's a pleasure to have you on, and I was excited about this podcast because you've got a mad story. You've come a long way. Now, this is what I love about stories like yours. I love a story of somebody who's risen from such a drastic rise from where you were to look what you're doing now, mate.
That's it, man. We're making a move, man. We're making a difference up and down the country.
It's amazing, mate. It's amazing. Now, for the listeners, if we just explain a bit about where it sort of started for you. You know, you grew up in Hastings, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's it. I grew up down the south coast of England. I was born in Hastings. I grew up in Eastbourne.
In Eastbourne,
so,
yeah.
I grew up in Eastbourne, and man. Obviously, I was in care a lot of my life, a lot of my childhood. I was in care, and then growing up. Then obviously after the sort of care, I was bullied. I had a hard time as a youngster. So when the antisocial life started.
So obviously you had a bit of a troubled childhood upbringing, and you ended up in the prison system. How old were you when you went into prison first?
I was 17. I was 17, and then that's why I went to young offenders for a knife crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was 17. I went away for knife crime. I served 2.5 years in young offenders. I was given a 5-month sentence, just under 5 years. Just given under 5 year sentence. I served 2.5 years.
Have you got full signal by there?
Yeah, I should. I've got full signal, but that's the problem. I'm just
trying to find the right spot, like.
Hey, story of my life. Hey, story of my life.
Yes.
He just got into that emotion.
I know. Trying to find it in the right spot, but they're like, yeah. No, it's mad what you've done. Like, you've ended up, you've been in some pretty tough prisons. You've been in Broadmorr.
Yeah, only guy I ever kicked out of Broadmorr, Charlie Bronson, Ben Hatchett.
That's
crazy, isn't it?
Can you tell us a bit about how you ended up in Broadmorr? And obviously you were in a few incidents in these prisons. That's like what did you go in for? And
I went away for knife crime when I was 17.
Yeah.
I come out in 2010. I was recalled to prison for a fight in a pub that had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I was recalled. When I was in prison, I got done for alleged hostage taking on top of prison roofs.
Yeah.
And, I said some crazy things when I was on top of the prison roof. Like, you had these negotiators that come in, these professional negotiators.
Yeah.
And, I remember one of the things I said was like, the negotiators asked you to come down, and I was like, if you get me an Elvis Presley impersonator singing Faith by George Michael, I'll come down. So, when you say things like that,
yeah,
I was going to Broadmorr. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so when you ended up on that prison roof, then, like, what was the story behind that? How did you end up on that roof?
I had to climb. I went up the drain pipe. The Winchester roof. I didn't. I was in the segregation.
Yeah.
And you have like a little exercise yard. It's meant to be caged off, and I think they had workers in that day.
Yeah.
Because the hatch in the cage was it was open.
Yeah.
So I noticed it from walking around in the yard. So I shot up the drain pipe, went through the hatch, then went up to the prison roof.
Fucking hell. So basically, after that, then they sent you to Broadmorr, did they?
Yeah, not long after that. Yeah. I went to Broadmorr. So I was in Broadmorr for about 2 years.
Yeah.
The place is hell on earth. I fought this system. Like I said, I fought it that much. I was kicked out of there, and it never happened. It hadn't happened in 30 odd years, 26 years or something.
Yeah.
Since Charlie Bronson. So it happened, and then I was sent to the other highest secure hospital, which is Ashworth. So I did 3 of the 2 highest secure hospitals.
Because you didn't think you were getting out until you were in your 40s, did you?
No, they gave me a life sentence. I was given life. I was given indefinite. I was given Section 3741, which is an indefinite sentence. And I remember the doctors and that used to say when I used to try and ask, like, when can I go home? When might I be getting up?
Yeah.
And they was like, you'd be lucky to get out before he was 40.
Fuck. So how did you turn that around then? How did it come to that you're out now?
It come about like I know people know, you follow know. I did 9 months of segregation for the attempted hostage taking of Ian Brady.
Yeah.
Well, they thought a few of us was going to take Ian Brady at the time. He's one of the most notorious people in the country. For the wrong reasons. He was an absolute wrong un.
Yeah.
And so we was accused of going to take him hostage. They named me the ringleader, and I was put in the segregation in Ashworth Hospital, and I served 9 months in that segregation. That was tough.
Oh yeah.
There's no TV. That's nothing. If people want to know what it feels like to be in segregation, go into your bathroom.
Yeah.
And lock that door.
Yeah.
And see how long you last.
Thing is, what does that? That's massively damaging to people. I mean, it's inhumane to do that to a human being, isn't it? Yeah, do you know?
Yeah, of course. It fucked me up. It completely fucked me up in that. But it's difficult. But then again, that was like the rebirth of myself. I found the book Law of Attraction, The Key to Living Law of Attraction.
Yeah.
And it changed my life. And I wrote these goals, these plans, and I've manifested it. Yeah, I'm living proof Law of Attraction works.
I was going to ask you about the Law of Attraction because obviously I saw the James English podcast. And what did you learn? Like, was there a point where, like, I'm somebody who's I've been in trouble in the past, not to the lengths that you've been in. Mind, I'm in prison, but I've come close a couple of times for fighting. Mostly mine was. Now, I think with when we met, we're pretty much the same height, and I think trouble attracts to people like us. And when you're somebody,
me, you and Panto when I was going to get started on, weren't we?
We were like the 3 amigos, like.
We were just missing Snow White. We were just out looking for Snow White, mate.
Yeah. It was.
And our other mate.
Well, but it's almost like trouble does attract a bit, and I don't back down. So then there's problems then, and you're the same as well by the looks of it, and you. So you can't leave, especially in a situation like the prisons you've been in. You're gonna get in trouble in there because you're not the type of person to sit back and leave somebody try and walk over you. Like,
no, in prison I wouldn't have that. I fought the prison system hard. You got to remember I'm not a city boy from the south coast.
Yeah.
We've got them jails around where I live is in London based. You got the cities and that. So and obviously I wouldn't tolerate being a victim inside.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really my biggest battle. My biggest battle was the extremists. Obviously, everyone knows I took on the Al Qaeda in Broadmorr.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I took on the Al Qaeda in Broadmorr. So I put a cricket ball over Haroon, his head. He was part of Hamza the Hooks lot because they're the reason they got the gold teeth when they jumped in prison. So you can imagine when you tap one of them, in a London-based prison.
Yeah.
It caused a lot of problems.
Because when they targeted you, it was something to do with they mistook you for it was over a tattoo or something, wasn't it? A British Bulldog tattoo.
The British Bulldog tattoo on my legs was something underneath it. It was the same sort of time when all like DDO and that was being like created, and no one told me it was in the papers all the time. But I really went through. They did it because it's bored. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In them sort of places, it was an excuse for them just to sort of do something, and you know what I mean. So
yeah. Did you make up with them after it, or is that just like
No, no, there was no shaking hands. You know what I mean? I think they was happy to see the back of me leave that Broadmorr. So I mean, as much as I was happy to leave the back of there. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be playing.
And I think he's in good Tampa Bay now. Anyway,
is he
over in America? Yeah, getting waterboarded. So you know, all the best.
Fuck. Yeah, well, I mean, when I heard the story of you with the extremists, I was thinking, fucking hell, like, well, you could make a film about it, and you have got a film, an Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Amazon documentary that now I've had my fight and that it should be out soon.
When is that out?
And all that.
Any ideas? Do you know what it's going to be called to tell people?
Road to Redemption.
What is it? Road to Redemption.
Road to Redemption, yeah.
So, guys, you need to check that out. I'll be waiting for that as soon as that comes out. Man. And your book.
I think we should do. I think, you know what? Because I think with this,
with
the live, I think, you know, something I'm doing in Edinburgh and end of October. I'm doing a live podcast with Chet Sandu. I think my last podcast that I do, I host. But maybe we should, Welsh. Maybe we should do a live podcast in Wales. I think there's another reason to come out Wales.
Definitely, mate. Hey, mate, you're
welcome. That's what I have to ask your listeners and that, man. If it's do a vote or something, if it's something they want, it was, you know, for people paid to come and see, do a live podcast in Nice.
A live podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so guys, I'll put a vote up on you and you can put it down then and say if you want to come and see a live podcast with Ben Hatchett.
And we'll go out partying after. So
we'll go out partying, yeah, we'll party again,
live
mate.
Podcast and we'll get to party after.
We'll party again, mate. You're welcome down anytime. We had a good laugh, didn't we? The reason why I set up the podcast for myself was because I wanted to raise awareness about depression, mental health, suicides. You know, there's so many of my mates. I've been to too many funerals, and I was ill myself, and I came close to losing the battle with it. Now, you must have suffered a lot mentally being in these situations, you know, in and out of prison, some of the toughest prisons out there, you know, some of the mental, Broadmorr. What's your advice to somebody going through a tough time like that? What would your advice be?
Yeah, it's difficult, man, because in them situations, like myself, you can't see light in the tunnel. You know, even I know sometimes with the trolling and things, it's like, you know, things can be really difficult, it puts you down, and like it is hard to see the light, you know. But there's one saying, it's like that I try to remember. Someone once told me when I was inside is nothing good or bad lasts forever.
Yeah.
You know, you have just got to weather that storm sometimes. You have just got to ride on, you know. It's difficult. Even now, I still struggle outside. You know, I spent, you know, my whole adult life within facilities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Within prisons and within mental hospitals. You know, I've been out just over a year now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm riding away since I come out. It's been crazy since I come out. You know, I've been filming. I'm on a camera or some sort nearly every other day. That's why we need to do a live podcast, man. We need to do a live one with an audience.
We'll try and arrange something where we'll do a live. When you say live, do you mean with an audience or do you mean?
I mean with an audience, man. Yeah. I'll put the pressure on you now, man. We're going to put the podcast, you know what I mean?
Mate, I'm sure we can arrange this. I'm sure
you get a hall together. Give me a date. And I think, you know, it'd be better doing it, man. I think what you're doing, you know what I mean? We're family now. So
yes.
I think, I think the best to give your audience the best podcast. I'm going to come down there in person. Gives me another reason to come back to me.
Another reason.
And we're going to do a live podcast with an audience.
Yeah.
And then, as long as they've got a bar as well.
A bar, mate. They'll have a bar. I'll get on this because I've never thought really about going down the live route, but I think it'd be a good shout, and it'd be something good for the listeners to interact with. You know, they're there for it, like, so. Yeah. It's going to be a good. That'll be a good take and a good spin on my podcast, really. But there's like going on now and talking about your book. What's your book called for people to?
It's Ben Hatchett, Law of Attraction.
You
know, it's under 40 pages. It's an easy read. I read people like myself that, you know, struggle to read and write.
Yeah.
That come from a cancer state, but I wrote it to sort of plant them seeds in your head about you can achieve. Obviously, you know, I have the 4 letters on my arm. PTAW stands for prove more wrong. You know, you can manifest anything that you want.
Yeah.
But you need to already have it and not want. That's the key.
Yeah.
So,
well, you know, you were living proof of what you can achieve when you put your mind to it. And it's about believing in yourself. That's where it comes from, is the self-belief, because you've got to, if you don't believe in yourself, then you aren't going to do it. You're not going to put your mind to doing whatever it is you want to achieve.
No, that's it. You have to convince that. You have to believe it. The minute you start hesitating, that's where you're putting your energy. You have to already put your energy in that you have it. And that's what I knew. I knew 2010 I'd be out. Not 2010, 2020. I knew I was out that year. I knew I was going to do something crazy. I knew I was going to do something. I just knew, and I felt it. I believed it. I breathed it, and I manifested it. And the minute you have that mindset, it's a game changer. And you'll see that yourself, people.
It's massive.
Go out there, manifest it.
It's massive. You're fighting. Who have you got next? Who have
I got my eye on?
Who have you got your eye on, mate?
I've been calling Chaz the real talker.
I have seen, yeah.
I've been calling him out. He's Dapper Last, boy, for those who don't know him. You know what I mean? I saw Dapper Last on a live earlier.
Yeah.
I went on the live and I was like, Dapper, if your boy don't take the fight, I might have to start calling you out Dapper.
Dapper's funny as fuck, mind, isn't he? He cracks me up, he does.
I know that Welsh, that Pancho was calling me out not so long ago, isn't it? I mean, that's on my TikTok, 60,000 people who's calling me out.
Pancho, yeah. Now that'd be a good one. He was trying to pick a load of the boys up when he...
yeah, that one on the TikTok, I know, man. Man. But I think that is definitely the way forward, man. I think you deserve. I think what you're doing, that's great. And like we spoke about podcasts being up in Wales.
Yeah.
We could get from that, but I would love to come up, and it gives me another reason to come up to the beautiful Nice and the beautiful Wales.
Yeah.
And actually in front of an audience and actually smash a good podcast. And maybe I think there's a lot of things I haven't spoken about as well.
Yeah.
I've always held back on things, but now the Amazon has done, I can talk about it, and I'd love to come and talk about it on your platform and your podcast. I mean, live with another live audience. This sounds fucking great, and we're going to have to get it going. And well, after this now, what I'll do is I'll try and get things in motion to get this live thing going, and we'll do get the tickets sorted. I'll look into a venue and things like that. I'll speak to Kino, because Kino's quite good with stuff like this as well, isn't he? Yeah.
And obviously, there's a lot you're doing to raise awareness for campaigns for knife crime. Now,
I'm jumping on. I'm going to be getting a tattoo, a random tattoo that anyone can pick. If they make a donation, the sponsor, we can pick a tattoo for a little girl called Florentine.
Yeah.
So I'll get involved in that nice stuff and that as well. Put people together for. I'm going to have 2 more fights. I'm going to have a couple more fights, and then I'm getting younger. I'm 32 and that now, man. Do you know what I mean? I was never boxed. I was always a prisoner. So, I'm going to try and push myself a couple more fights.
Yeah.
And try and raise more awareness, things along the way. And then I'm going to start, try and get into the schools, trying to educate the younger generation more law of attraction, and try and, create workshops, try and steer them away from street crime and knives, but most importantly, knife crime as well.
Yeah. Because I was going to say, where do you see this taking you to? Where is this going to lead Ben Hatchett to? Where is
Who knows, man? I've already done it. What I manifested, I've done it. I need to start writing some new goals.
You need to put new goals down now. I was going to say.
It led me to Nice, didn't it? You know what I mean? It led me to a weekend in Nice.
Yeah, it led you to Nice. We ended up in the Arch at one point, didn't we? I'm struggling to remember bits of where we ended up, but it was a fucking good night.
It was good. It was a blinder. You know what I mean? Honestly, it was absolutely a blinder.
There was
that's it. So if you listeners, man, you want me down there, you want to come and night out?
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to do the live podcast, man. We're going to do this. I'm going to come back and then we're going to party hard.
Yeah. Well, there's so much more information that we need to get out there. I mean, obviously you were going to fight with Darren G. They've fallen through a couple of times. I mean, there's so much stuff we can cover, which we can cover on the live, I suppose. It's, I think it's good to see so many people coming together, especially trying to, raise awareness about knife crime, because it is it's not even getting out of hand. It is out of hand. There's too many youngsters.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, it is. And that's why people do need to come together. That's why, people you met at Paul Stansby and Ben. No, Benny's orange jumper.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben's
they both.
He's famous. He needs to auction that jumper off.
Basically, Put Your Knives Down, Change Lives. One of the anti-knife campaign, Ben.
Yeah.
He come down with his hotel mates for the weekend.
Yeah.
One of our mates had to get off and went for his bag, innit? So Ben was stuck with his jumper for a weekend. It's orange jumper. You'll see the pictures. We have a group chat with them. His hand, like, his orange jumper's the story. You can see it there in all the pictures. And all over the week.
Yeah, that's all you can see is the orange jumper in every picture.
Orange jumpers everywhere, isn't it?
But
you know what I mean? So, I brought Ben and Paul Stansby together. Stansby podcasted him.
Yeah.
You're gonna be podcasting Paul.
Paul,
Paul lost his brother to knife crime. He's a fellow tattooist like yourself.
He's a tattooist,
Ben, he represents another anti-knife. And I brought them two together. You know, I brought Anthony Shetley's just recently on the Lab Bible.
Yeah.
Anthony Roberts. He was recently on Lab Bible. Bank Robbery was on my podcast too.
Yeah.
So I brought him on it. So it's about bringing people together and supporting. You know, it's not about dividing. It's about supporting. Doesn't matter. You know, what organisations, this, that, the other.
Yeah.
Like coming together, man.
It's about, if everybody works together, and this is one thing I've learned over the years is, and it sounds fucking corny, together we are stronger with anything, you know, whether it be podcasting, whether it be campaigning. There's no point going against each other. You're going to be so much stronger working together, and that's how you push it further. That, you know, you're a force to be reckoned with if you're all working together. You're a stronger knit community then.
No, exactly. It's definitely want to come back down, man. Definitely. I think, you know, so I'm actually hosting my last podcast. Yeah. And that's with Chet Sandu, and that's in Edinburgh. You know, today I'm actually going sorting out the venue today.
Yeah.
At 4. But I love, honestly, get a venue together and that bullshit, man. And I'll be down there. We'll bring Ben in his orange jumper down as well. You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe.
Get Pancho out, you know what I mean?
Maybe we'll get everybody who's in the crowd to wear the orange jumpers.
We'll bring the whole squad. We'll bring the whole squad back down.
I mean, I'm looking forward to doing a podcast with Paul as well, the tattooist Paul, because he's got a good story as well. You know, he's lived a mad life, hasn't he? You know?
Paul's a good one. That's how I really podcasted him.
And a nice guy as well.
Again, he's become a friend since the show.
Yeah,
crazy. So
he's a sound bloke,
he had to part with me that weekend, and I lost my bank card, and I think I owe about 100 quid. I think. I won't mention that though, innit?
No, don't mention that, son. Because I know you. I know you're calling out like TikTok. Now, I agree with some of the shit that's going on at the minute with TikTok. Not just TikTok, but there's a lot of platforms. The sort of innuendos that they leave in for kids, and you're thinking, you shouldn't be doing shit like that.
Like the nonsense trade, you know, that thing about I'm 12, whatever. Didn't find that funny. I think, you know, people selling like little mini bullet guns and all that, guns on there, and advertise the promotion of knife crime. You know, I sort of battled with it. I supported Farron Paul. You know, Farron Paul, I don't know what it is. You know, it's a massive platform. Always collecting knives and all that. You know, I've got a lot of love for Farron.
Yeah.
You know, I talk to him on Instagram. He's long as me off the podcast all the time. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean? But he's all right.
Yeah.
But he's shout out to Farron, man. The work he's doing, you know, and that's why I had to say thanks. So there's definitely something that needs to be addressed. Like for example, I had a message yesterday saying I'd like broken some rule or something on my business page for something I'd said. Now I thought, have I said something about what's going on at the minute? I'm not going to mention any names because they pull stuff off in an algorithm, right? But when I looked at it, it was just a normal comment I'd said about being hungover, and I was like, what the fuck? How would they pull this up and give me like a warning for it? There was nothing in it, nothing. It's a mistake on their part. I'll just come off the band, bro. I'll just come off the band again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I pulled up, you know, I won't say his name or something, or whatever. But I pulled him up when he was doing his nonsense trends. You know what I mean? So, and they kept me off him quite a bit. I've only literally come back. And my first post, you're actually on my first post.
Yeah.
No, I posted today. You on it? You're on that TikTok post, the one where Pancho was picking up Paul.
Oh, yes. I've seen
it's on there. It's on there now. It's on there. It's on there now, actually. Where's my phone? Yeah.
Let's have a look at it. That fucking post is hilarious.
Fuck. I'll just flip it. You followed my beer across the bed. You go mad. There you go. You get a look into the personal life.
Yeah.
My missus is Scottish as well. She's well snappy. Like she's so mad over that.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy, mate. I have to show him this video. Hold on.
Oh, that video is fucking hilarious.
I'll put it up today. It's on 8,500 views. Yeah.
Has he? Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Ready to
You'll have to. Oh, Pancho.
There you are in the back.
Oh,
there,
there's me over there. Yeah. We hadn't long met by there, did we? Look at Pancho, he's a fucking boy. He cracks me up, he does. Yeah, I just got off the phone to Pancho now as it goes. I'll probably go and have some grub with him later now, I think. But yeah, he's fucking sound as fuck, Pancho is. He's a living legend, man.
He is, man. Shout out to him. I mean, shout out to him, man.
Yeah.
The match up and that's crazy, man. I can't wait to do it again. I'm sure if we was doing live podcast, I'm sure Pancho would be there, he could be there on stage, and we can get him up there.
That'd be good.
Maybe you could do it both of us. Maybe you could do a podcast too, and Pancho and Ben Hatchett maybe on the stage.
Yeah.
It's an idea, isn't it? You know, you get a venue, you get tickets. It'll be a pleasure to come down and get involved. You know what I mean?
100%, mate.
Gives me another reason to come down
for a good cause, innit? At the end of the day. What about? I heard you saying a bit about meditation. How do you find meditation? Did you find it worked for you?
It did inside, you know. Meditation outside is hard.
Yeah.
Have I been doing meditation out? No, I haven't. You know, do I need to? I think I do definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
It helped me. That's why I did a lot of visualization. You know,
yeah.
And it's to be good about doing live because there's actually some things I can do actually in person.
Is
to
it?
show you, like,
well, yeah, we'll do that then.
Visualization and show you the power of it. But visualizing is, you have to visualize, man. Right? I think when you're sitting in meditation quietly, that's how it can help you manifest. It's only going to help.
Do you think of yourself as a spiritual person or not?
No, I'm not spiritual. I say enlightened.
Enlightened.
You know, I figured it, I clocked it, and I've proven it. You know, so it's different for different people.
The mind is a powerful thing, isn't it? And once it can obviously, when you learn to channel it, it can be a powerful fucking thing. You know, the stuff you can manifest.
Exactly, everything's powerful, man. But how you want to channel it, how you want to use it. You know what I'm saying? That's what people need to figure out. Once you do, you'll be unstoppable.
And once you, it can go the opposite way as well. Is when you lose control of it, it can become a negative thing against you as well sometimes.
No, exactly. That's very true.
I don't want to cover too much on this one because we want to do another one where we're going to go into like the nitty gritty of other things, which will be for the live, isn't it? So
yeah, for the live. Listen, we're on this live indie coming within the next 8 weeks. We get it done. I reckon we can do it in 8 weeks. I'm going to reveal more than I've ever revealed in any podcast. In James English, the Fish Cast, I'm going to reveal it on the Walshy podcast. Walsh What's Happening. And that's what I'm going to reveal it on the live podcast.
You're a star, mate. It's going to be fucking epic. I'm going to get on the case. It's given me something else to work towards now, really. I'm going to try and do this, and I'm going to try and push it forward and move it that way. I appreciate you coming on, mate. Honestly, you sound as fuck, bloke. You sound as fuck.
Of course, man. We're family now, bro.
Yeah.
Someone, you know what I mean?
Like, the first thing I said to my missus when I come back, I said, like, fucking hell, Ben Hatchett, all the boys up there were sound as fuck. I said, we had a hell of a laugh. Well, We'd only met that particular day, didn't we? And then next thing
we was going like we knew each other for years, man. We clicked in it, man. We got each other's back. We were there. That's what I'm saying, but we had a fucking great time.
It was fucking brilliant.
Home, mate. We was out there.
And you're always welcome. You're always welcome, yeah, mate. There's gonna be plenty more to come. I'm sure of it.
Oh, definitely, man. That's how I get this live together, and I hope the audience do the vote. If you want to see this live on, maybe get me and Pancho on the stage or something, live podcast.
Oh, that'd be good.
I mean?
Yeah, and we could even get a couple more as well, like sort of giving an idea now for something else. I'm somebody that needs stuff to focus on to keep myself busy because I suffer with depression. I go up and down a lot. And I try and control it. And the way I control it best is by throwing myself into work, podcasts, stuff I enjoy, takes my mind off things. Yeah. And it's given me something else now to focus on. And
there you go, man. I'm there. You know,
you're
I'm
there,
there anyway. You got
You're there.
You set it up, man. Get things set up and I'll be there. You give me a date and I'll be there, bro.
100%, mate. And listen, brother, I'm proud of everything you've done, mate. And you should be really proud of everything you're doing yourself as well. And mate, this is just the beginning for you, you know. And this is what's exciting. I'm excited to see what's to come from you. Do you know what I mean? Because you're doing such amazing things in such a short space of time. It's amazing.
Exactly, man. Let's find out what's next.
Yeah, mate, 100%. So, Ben, we're going to save the rest now. We're going to save the rest now for the next stage, really. And I appreciate you coming on. Where can people find you? Is there any information you want to give out there?
Like I said to him, you know, Ben Instagram, you just type Ben Hatchett, I'll be the first one that pops up.
Yeah.
You see my black logo, black bright logo. And yeah, my Instagram, there's loads of them in YouTube. Type my name in, you see those. Try and avoid the troll ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My name's clickbait, innit? So, you know what I mean?
There's people trying to jump on it now, isn't they?
Exactly, that's it. But, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, Instagram's the main one to sort of follow me on. Yeah. And, you know, everyone follow Welsh Happening. Do you know what I mean? All my people that watch me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Big eye. If we've got any people out there in Wales, especially around the Neath area, within the next, hopefully, few weeks, or no, for the next 6 to 8 weeks, I'll be down there, live podcast, Welsh Man himself, get punch. I'll try and bring some other heads.
Try and bring some other heads, innit?
Well. We'll make a great night out of it. Yeah. And we'll party harder after.
Yes. Yeah, mate. Guaranteed, that's guaranteed. But Ben, appreciate you, mate. Thank you so much for coming on. And guys, stay tuned because there's a lot more to fucking come from us, right? So Ben, thank you, mate, for coming on. This is Ben Hatchett and this is Welsh Happening, guys. Stay tuned.
Big up, man.